All right, y'all, I'm gonna do a little video. So this is the issue with the Onefinity Pro Series with a spindle. My spindle is the PWNCNC spindle on the 80mm spindle mount, sold by Onefinity, but they don't support spindles, so a little weird. The issue is when you try to probe your bit, at least for me anyway, with the newer probe tool, the new block, and this cable that goes to the controller, the wires are backwards. So the wire that was on the banana plug needed to be on the magnet and vice versa. So they needed to be swapped. So prior to making this change, my machine would go to probe. In the Z, it would go up, then it would come around to touch the X, it would just go out, then it would go to touch the Y, and it would just go out. So the controller thought that the probe had already been touched by the bit as soon as I put the magnet on there. So this is the way it should work. So you take your magnet, put it on the collet nut, go over to your machine control, you say probe, wants you to lift this up. Now before, it wouldn't even let me do this. It would just say that was done. So I wouldn't even do this part of it. So you lift this up. Okay, if it works right. Now it wants to confirm your bit. I've got the 1/8 inch bit in there. And then you say next. And then it goes and it probes the Z. That's good. Comes around, probes the X. It'll touch it twice. Comes around and touches the Y. And again, it'll do it twice. And then you're done. Then you come over here and you say, sure, yeah, that's good. You say done. And then your offsets are good. All right, so now let me walk you through exactly what I did. Let me move the machine out of the way. Take the magnet off. Okay, so what will you need? Wire stripper. You'll need some shrink wrap. This goes around the wire. And you'll need a lighter stick for the shrink wrap. Oh, and then you probably want a wire snipper. All right, so what I did is I took the cable. All right, I used the end just in case I made a mistake. I had wire to burn, so I snipped it, you know, I'd say probably 5 inches from the end of each. Snipped it, stripped the wire away, put the shrink wrap on it, okay, and now mark one side. I marked one of the wires M. So the one that had the banana clip, it had this fitting on it, I marked it M, so that way I knew that that was the wire that was gonna get the magnet, okay? Then I snipped the wires, reattached them, put the shrink wrap on it, heated the shrink wrap on both sides, and then I was done. That's pretty much all you need to do. And that took care of my issue, so good luck. I was a little worried at first about cutting into the wire. I wasn't happy that Onefinity doesn't support spindles. They wouldn't give me any help. They pretty much said, I need to speak to the spindle manufacturer. They'll sell you this. And then I asked them, what's your recommendation for a spindle for the 80mm spindle mount? And they sent me a recommendation for a downsizing ring that would downsize the 80mm spindle mount to a 60mm spindle mount, which doesn't make any sense. Why sell a 80mm only to recommend that the people downsize it, put a ring in there so that they can use a 60mm Makita router? Not to mention you buy this stiffy rail and the Z20, you know, for added strength so that you could have a spindle. And then Onefinity says, sorry, can't help you. Well, thankfully, PWNCNC. They're amazing. They're awesome. They have a write-up that explains all this to you, and I reached out to them, and they even gave me a little extra help. So they made me feel comfortable with going ahead and cutting this and basically doing what I did. So good luck. Any questions, you're welcome to reach out to me or put comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, thanks.